Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video we will be talking about moving forward but feeling behind. So hopefully this all makes sense, and hopefully you guys know that it's okay to have feelings, it's okay to feel this way, because this too shall pass. I really hope that is the quote, because I honestly don't know. Okay, so the first thing is, I'll tell you guys a little bit on how, like, what I went through. Okay, so I remember after high school, I had always, not even after high school, like during high school, I had always had like these big plans. I was like, I'm gonna go do this, I'm gonna do this, blah blah blah, like this, that, the third. I was gonna do it all, and like nothing can stop me, and I felt invincible, and I like had that like in my head that like I was just gonna do everything that like I ever wanted to do. So then after high school, I honestly feel like I got the evil eye, but that's like a different thing. So I feel like I got the evil eye, and nothing after that kind of worked out for me. Like I was just feeling like, you know, everyone, like my one friend moved away literally like the day after graduation. She like moved, and I'm like, she's getting her stuff together. And I remember my one friend, what happened? Okay, well, no, that was like in 2014, but it's okay. But yeah, so anyways, so like I felt like everyone around me was just like doing their own thing, like, you know, like whether it's like going to school, whether it's getting their license, whether it's, you know, getting into a relationship. And I had always had everything planned out, and everything literally was just not going how I had planned it. And I remember at one point, my friend had moved away, and I was just kind of like, oh, okay, well, like, it's cool, like, I got my other friends, like, you know, and my one friend, she ended up having a baby, and I had always been, like, the first one. Like, I would always tell my friends, like, you guys, like, I'm gonna be the one in the relationship, I'm gonna be the one that's, like, having babies first, and, you know, being all lovey-dovey, and, you know, does not work that way, okay? But I had always felt like, as much as I would try to move forward, I always felt like I was feeling behind. I always felt that, like, my friends could be doing something, they'd be like, yeah, I'm at work or something, and I'd be like, okay, well, like, what am I gonna do? Like, you know, like, it was that kind of thing. I would just sleep, honestly, or I would just, like, do other things, like, to kind of distract myself. But I had always felt alone. I had always felt behind. And for those of you guys that, like, don't know these feelings, it's gonna be very hard for you guys to understand these feelings, okay? Because I remember at one point, I had, in like 2015, I had felt so alone. I had felt like my friend has her little family, and like, it's not like she was kicking me out of her life, but I just felt like she didn't have any more time for me. Like, it was just literally like her boyfriend and her baby, and which is completely fine. But like, I was just kind of like, okay, like, she's just kind of leaving me out of things. Like, now I don't know anything about her. And even to this day, I still kind of feel like that. And then I just kind of felt behind. Like, I felt everyone was just moving forward, and everyone was kind of getting their shit together, and I was just like falling behind. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I didn't know like what direction I wanted to take. I didn't, like, I don't know, like, it's just so hard to explain. Like, I just felt so incredibly behind. Like, I just felt like I was a failure. I felt like nothing I can do and nothing I can say is gonna fix anything. And even if people tell me, like, you know, and I would meet people and they'd be like, dude, like, it took me years to like realize something, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to take a year, like, it's already been years, like, I don't want this, like, you know. And yeah, and it's just like, I think you have to take it day by day. I think, and it took me years, okay, like, day by day, but equals, like, years, okay? It took me years to figure out that everything happens for a reason. Every choice you make is going to, like, lead into something else. Like, you know, like, if you didn't give that guy your number, it's gonna, you know, obviously nothing's gonna work out there, because, hello, y'all ain't talking, okay? If you didn't go to school for this thing, but you went to school for this thing, like, it's just so many different paths that, like, people take that leads you completely, it's different, but I feel it leads you where you need to be. Like, I feel like if I wouldn't have gone through the hopelessness the helplessness, like the feeling behind, the feeling alone. Like I literally felt like I had like nobody, like anyone I could turn to, they're gonna tell me the same thing. And I didn't want to like burden people with my stuff. I didn't want people to be like, dude, it's okay, because like everyone always knows me as like this positive little butterfly princess thing, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but like they're like, you know, like you're so positive, like, you know. But what people fail to realize is just because you're positive doesn't mean you don't go through things. Like, you know, like I think since after high school, and then since like between 2013 and like 2015, I was struggling real hard, okay, like really struggling. And I was just kind of like trying to figure myself out. I was trying to move forward, but every time I felt like I was taking the next step, I feel literally I would like fall back like 20,000 stairs. Like I would take one step, I'm like, oh yay, I did something, and then I'm just like flop right back and like just land like face first. And I did not like the feeling. I did not enjoy the ride. I did not like it. I was just kind of like, okay, this is what my life has come to. Like this is how I'm going to be for the rest of my life. Like I'm gonna be unhappy. I'm going to like you know, like let me make that clear. I was happy, but I wasn't as happy as I am today. I definitely wanted to make changes. I definitely wanted to, you know, become who I was made to become, and I just didn't know like what road to take. I didn't know like what path I was gonna do. Nothing. Like I remember when I went to my school for like this test thing that you have to take to see like what English and what math you have to take, I literally had a panic attack in school. Like I was like freaking out, and I remember I was with my parents, and I remember I was like, I can't do it, and they're like, yeah, you can, like you're fine. I'm like, no, and I like started like feeling like crazy, like this has never happened to me before. And I just remember I was just like, I can't do it, like, you know. And I'm always the one telling people like, you can do it, like, you know, like you got this. And for it to turn around and for me like that I couldn't do it, it just sucked, like, you know. But I did it, we're good. And that's another thing that I feel like you guys have to know. If you guys are going through this, or like if you've ever been through this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like you are going to get better, especially if you're in a rut right now. You're probably like, no, I've been like this for years, my whole life, like ain't nothing gonna get better, it's the same thing, different day. But no, I promise, because for so long it was like that for me. For so long I would wake up and I would just be like, I'm a failure, like I ain't do shit with my life, like I don't know what I want to do, like why is this so stressful? And the thing is, like, I would always try to distract myself. I would always try to go out, and not like party and get drunk or anything, but I was like try to go out and like get lost in something else, so I didn't have to like focus on everything. And then everything kind of came down. My parents sat down with me and they talked, and everything just kind of boiled over, in a good way though. And I am now standing on my own 2 feet. I am now like so happy and so content and so blessed with everything that I have. And honestly, I feel like if I didn't go through that rough stage, I feel like I wouldn't like know how to deal with me now. Like, you know, like I don't know how to explain it, but like now I don't feel like I'm behind. I mean, sometimes like I'll see a relationship and I'm like, oh, okay, but you know, relationships, they're not everything, okay? Let me make that very clear for y'all. Relationships are not everything. And this is coming from Miss Hopeless Romantic over here, okay? So that's something big. That tells you that I am improving, okay? But that's the thing. Don't compare your life to other people's lives. Like I said, I would always tell my friends, like, I'm gonna be in a healthy relationship, and we're gonna have all these babies, and like, we're gonna be so cute together. Y'all, ain't none of that happen, okay? And I just always think it's the planner inside of me. Like, I would always like to plan things, and a lot of times when you plan things, they don't go how you want it to go, because like you're so busy planning, you kind of like lose the purpose in it. You lose like the point. You lose like when it's happening, because you're just like, in the moment you're just like, dude, it's happening, like, oh my gosh, like, you know, rather than just like taking it in and being like, oh dude, like, damn, like this is for real happening, like, you know. And like you're like, I waited for this all my life, you know, that kind of thing. So I know it sucks feeling alone, and I know it sucks feeling like you're behind and you feel like everyone's life is perfect, especially on social media. Like everyone always makes their life look so much better than it actually is. So just know that no one's life is perfect. Even the most people, like even the people that make their life look so perfect, it's not. It's really not. There's always something there. And, you know, I hope you guys, like, don't compare your life to other people's lives. Don't compare where someone's at in life at that age to, you know, because I know a lot of people like, well, when my mom was like 15, 16, she got married, and like this was like way back in the day, like, you know, she got married and she had like 10,000 kids, and like at 15, 16, like I can't even talk to a guy because my anxiety goes up. And it's just like, same girl, same, okay? Well, actually, no, because I don't care, but I'll talk to anyone, honestly. Okay? But anyways, but that's the thing though. So like, you know, it's a different generation, it's a different world, it's a different, like, I feel like you have to take care of yourself and your mental health first before you compare your life to other people, because they can handle it, but maybe the reason why you're not getting it is because you're not able to handle, like, again, for me, I could not handle half the that I'm going through, like, you know, or what I was going through. Like, I didn't know what to do. I was like, I don't know, like, what is it? Like, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, just know that you are not alone. Trust me, I've been there, I've done it. And sometimes, like, I'll still find myself going through it. Like, I'll be like, huh? Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, sometimes I will get at that crossroads, and I'm like, I don't know. But I sit there and I think about it, and I'm like, okay, this is the right path for me. This is what I want to do. And you always have to look at it what's going to make you happy at the end of the day. Stop trying to impress people. Stop trying to impress your parents, your friends, your family, your pets. Like, no. What makes you happy? You are important. And I think a lot of people fail to realize that. Like, a lot of people are like, I'm going to do this because it's going to make me so much money, and I'm going to be rich, and I don't care about anyone else. It's not about the money, because money is going to run out. Your happiness, you ain't going to have it, like, you know? So, I think your mental health is very important. I think you need to, you know, understand you and get to know you before you compare your life to other people. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, they can have it all. They just don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to handle it because they've never experienced that before, like, you know? So, yeah. So, I don't know, but, like, a lot of times when you're moving forward, again, you're going to feel like you're falling behind. You're going to feel like I took 20 steps forward and then you dropped 100,000 feet, and you're just like, now I got to redo it. And that's what life is about. Life is about falling down and picking yourself back up again. And obviously learning how to talk. But that's what life is about. Like, you're going to fall, you're going to scrape your knee, you're going to get up, you're going to put a band-aid on it, and you're going to walk out like a boss, because that's what you are, okay? I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you guys next time.